Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. Today with me is Kyle George, the athletic department, here to talk about the football seating guidelines here for Troy University, and obviously football season. First game coming up a little bit later than we thought due to some rescheduling, but obviously COVID is a way of life and things have got to be done. And obviously the university athletics has put out some guidelines, kind of as a general overview of kind of like the concept of what you're doing for precautions in the stadium this year.
Absolutely, and we're happy to get back to games once again. That's the great part about this, is that we're getting back into the flow of things again, and our fans can be present and be part of those games with us as well too. So we've gone through extensive studies. We've talked to several schools across the country. We've worked with different health officials as well too. We want to make sure we are able to do this in a fun and safe way for our fans there. So we will have a significantly reduced capacity at Veterans Memorial Stadium this upcoming season. Right now we're telling fans, if you want to be at the games, we need you to buy those season tickets, because we're not sure if we're going to have the ability to sell single game tickets. But with that, we're going to have season ticket holders in the stands. We're going to have students. We're going to have the Sound of the South. Everybody is part of the cheerleaders as well too. So we're glad to have all those important groups in the stadium with us as well.
And of course, the seating, the spacing, I know that has been a lot of cogs moving around to get that done, but a lot of the season ticket holders have already gotten their seats, and you've already kind of spaced that. So obviously you're seeing this, the distancing in the seats. That I knew that had to be a challenge, but
Sure.
but you're able to maybe keep things sort of close to where people originally had their seats, right?
And that was our goal. We wanted to make sure fans had seats that were very similar, if not the exact same, to what they were purchasing in advance there for us as well too. So nobody got moved in terms of the type of seat there for them. They'll still have that same type of seat. They're most likely in the same section as well too, but we have 2 empty seats in between each account there. So that way families can come together and enjoy the games together. We are asking everybody to wear masks at all times in the facility as well too, unless you're eating or drinking. That would be a way to keep everybody safe the entire time in the facility. And that way too, we can have everybody as much as possible in the stands as well too for us. So we're glad about how we were able to get this process worked out there. Kudos to our ticket staff. They worked extremely hard to make sure that we got this accomplished in terms of the seating map itself, but also with informing and educating our fans on what's going to be taking place this upcoming season as well.
And that was part of the crucial thing. And I know it may sound like a sales pitch, but due to the way you have to configure the stadium, a season ticket is a guaranteed place for you in these games this season, right?
Correct. Because right now there's no guarantee we're going to have single game tickets available. That's just part of the nature of what we have right now with this reduced capacity at Veterans Memorial Stadium, but also what you're seeing across the entire country right now as well too. So we're really excited we were able to accomplish this and take care of our season ticket holders as well as our student body as well too. They're a huge part of game day for us, as is the Sound of the South and all the Troy cheerleaders as well too. So we're glad to have all those individuals at the games this year. The Sound of the South will actually be throughout the entire South end zone as well. Our cheerleaders will be in that same area as well. We have an expanded student section to make sure they can socially distance and spread out within that section as well too. So we're really glad we were able to take care of those key stakeholders who are part of game days at the Vet.
But one of the big changes there is student ticketing.
Yes.
In the past, it's probably one of the biggest changes of any of this is the seating and the way students get tickets. And I know there are a lot of questions when they first heard this. Tell us a little bit about the student situation and how students are going to have to deal with getting their tickets this year.
So each game week, we're going to request for our students to come by the ticket office and request their ticket. They will receive a hard ticket that assigns them a section, and they'll make sure they have their student ID on game day as well too. So when you receive that ticket, you're assigned to a section. So anybody that wants to come with their friends, make sure you come together. We want to make sure that groups can still be together. However, we're going to assign those seats on a first come, first served basis there for us as well too. We'll have 11 total sections devoted to our student body. That'll help us get over 3,000 students into the stadium for game day, which is right around that average of what we have for a normal game as well too. So our goal is not to turn any students away. We want all students to be able to come to the games there, but we need you to get that ticket in advance to make sure we can have an accurate head count of who all is planning to attend. And this is open for students from all campuses as well too. We'll continue to communicate that with all campuses as well to make sure everybody knows the process for how to pick up tickets. Plus, we're going to be in Trojan Center and make it as easy as possible for our students to get those tickets and be part of game days at the Vet this fall.
And that's the big change. They have to have a hard ticket this year to get into the games, and
Correct.
they pick it up, and it's the week of each game, so you can't just go at the beginning of the season and get your tickets the whole time. they're going to have to pick them up each individual home game week, right?
Yes, we want to give as many students the opportunity as possible that want to come to games this fall. We're not trying to do a lottery system or anything like that. We want to make it as open as possible for our students because we're really fortunate to have such a great student body here on campus. We want to take care of as many as we possibly can.
And of course, still a lot of the social distancing rules apply in those sections. But that's why you said it's if you want to sit near your friends, be together, because it is kind of like a general admission student ticket.
Exactly.
They're getting assigned, but it'll be in the order in which they pick them up, right?
Correct. Mm-hmm. And the same way that how you buy season tickets and such, you buy it together in order to sit with your friends. There's the same kind of philosophy of what we're using for the student section this year. And again, it's to give everybody the opportunity as much as possible to come to the games there. So it's a first come, first served basis. If you want to be in those sections closest to the visiting team bench, which again, we will have some separation there, a little bit different from years past as well too. But if you want to be part of that and be as close as possible to yell at the visiting team there, get to this early in the week to make sure you get those kind of tickets there.
And one of the things is a concern a lot of people, concessions, lines, things of that sort. So how is that being handled in the world of COVID here?
So in the world of COVID, obviously everything's changed there for us. We're making sure it's protective everywhere. So when you come into our facility, you'll see several new things there for us. We'll have lines forming coming into the facility. We're going to open gates earlier than normal. The main gate will open 2 hours prior to kickoff. The premium areas in terms of our suites and stadium club will open 3 hours prior to kickoff to give ample time to get to your seats there. Once you're inside the facility too, our concourses will be much more spacious than they have been in the past. We've reduced the clutter, if you will, in terms of the area there, have proper queue lines formed up as well too with proper spacing there for it. And each concession stand you come up to, you will see spit guards up there and such to make sure you have proper spacing as well as protection for both the consumer as well as the staff working there for us as well too. We're encouraging people to go cashless as much as possible. We will still be ready for cash, but we are encouraging you to go cashless as much as possible. You'll see prepackaged food items and such as well too. So it may not be the same type of concession fare, if you will. We won't have the premium type food items, which I love those. I'm a marketing guy. I love to do that stuff there. But we want to make sure people are able to come and enjoy the necessities of a ball game. You're still going to have drinks available for purchase. You'll have lids on those as well too, as well as bottled drinks as well. So taking every step we can to make sure everybody has a seamless transition into the facility, but also enjoys their time and in a safe manner the whole time. Plus, Purell is going to be all throughout the facility as well too.
Hand sanitizer all over the place. So, and anyone, obviously, all of these guidelines are on TroyTrojans.com.
Correct.
Folks can see that, and also an opportunity there to pick up those season tickets if they want that guaranteed spot in the stadium this year. So.
Your one-stop shop is TroyTrojans.com. As we get closer to kickoff for our actual first home game, which will be on October 10th against Texas State, that kickoff will be announced in the coming weeks because it will be on either ESPN or ESPN2. That's going to be a great part for us too. We've got a lot of national exposure these first couple weeks of the season as well.
Looking forward to it, and thanks for joining us here today, Kyle.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us on today's edition of Trojan Talk.